Hello, families. Hello, my sweet littles. How are you doing today? I am doing wonderfully. Thank you for thinking of me. I cannot wait to read this story to you because look what I have. Bittle, and we all love this story. This one was written by Patricia MacLachlan and Emily MacLachlan. Do you think they're sisters? Do you have a brother or sister? Do you have a new baby brother or sister? I know some of our friends too have brand new babies, and they get to take care of them and love them in their home and teach them new things. And that is a little bit about what this story is about. This is about learning new things and being together and having a new one in the home. I wanted to share with you before we start our story my master key. I know that most of you have seen it, but some of you might not have. When I used to go into your classroom and teach music, I used to use this to get the correct note. And look, there are holes along the outside edges all the way around. It's two pieces, this black piece that is secured together with a screw, and then the back piece. And you can see the musical notes and the musical connotations on here. I don't know if you can see it, but you can also see on this side there are letters of the alphabet. And each note has a letter that's associated with it. So there's an A note, a B note, C notes. It looks like there's two of them there, a high C and a low C. There's these interesting little notations here, and it's for flat and sharp. And there's an E and an F and a G. Now, what this is used for is to see if I wanted to sing in a correct note, then I would play this. And then I know I would be in C. That's how I would know I'd be in the right note. Let's see. Let's see what a D sounds like. Ready? Did you hear the note? Can you practice with me? Listen to the sound and then try it with me. Ready? This is a B. It's high. That was a little high for me this morning. I need some tea. I don't have my tea yet. So this is a very useful tool, and it's something that I treasure. I have a couple of them. It's from a time when I truly needed music in my life to help me to become more of who I am today. And so I like that I was able to share my favorite musical instrument. That's actually not an instrument. Oh, it's kind of like, it's like a harmonica almost, but it's not. My musical tool that I use for singing. All right, let's put on some yummy scents. You know I love my lavender. And then let's light our candle. Let's not forget. I'm sure you wouldn't forget, but sometimes I do, so I apologize if I ever forget. Smell your smells. One more time, inhale. Lovely, okay. And now we're going to light our candle without matches. Oh no. What did I do with my matches? I found some. Okay, so sorry about that, littles. And here we go. Just lighting our candle. It reminds me of our song, Light a candle for peace, light a candle for love. Light a candle that shines all the way around the world. Light a candle for me. Light a candle this is our candle. I'll put it right over here so you can see while we're reading our book. Okay, Bittle. There's the kitten, and there's the puppy. Let's find out what their names are. Do you remember? In a big yellow house lived a cat and a dog. Nigel chased mice in the fields. When he could, he scratched the rugs. Julia didn't care about mice or rug scratching. She cared about treats and bones and sleeping. Sometimes she slept 14 hours a day. They were happy. So the kitten's name is Nigel, and the puppy's name is Julia. But one day something new happened. The woman who lived in the house brought home tiny clothes, socks, and booties. Julia looked at them. They are not for me, she told Nigel. The man painted a small room pale green, the color of mold, said Nigel. They're not pleased. They are not sure what this new thing is going to be. And they're a little skeptical. The color of mold. The man moved a big piece of furniture into the room. Julia sniffed it. It's a cage. Nigel rubbed against it. It's a crib, he said. It's for a baby. A baby, said Julia. We don't need a baby. I think we're getting one, said Nigel. He stretched and scratched the rug under the crib. On a windy day, the baby was born. She came home wrapped in a pink blanket. The baby had dark eyes and no hair. Julia smelled her. That doesn't smell like anything I know, she said. What good is she? She's just a little bit of a thing. Bittle, Nigel said happily. That's what we'll call her. Little bit of a thing. Bittle. And there she is. She's smiling. But Julia was not happy. She was worried. She moved her bones one by one to a new hiding place. They're my bones. Bittle will want them, Julia told Nigel. She has no teeth, said Nigel. Not yet. And there she is, hiding her bones underneath the rug. And there's the baby. Do you have a new baby? I know some of you do. The man and woman thought Bittle slept all night long, but she didn't. Wah, wah, cried Bittle. Nigel and Julia ran to her crib. Julia barked, "Stop that! That's a bad sound." But Bittle cried harder. Nigel jumped into the crib. He curled up next to Bittle and purred. She stopped crying. And there she is crying. Does your baby cry? And then there's Nigel curling up with her. Nigel's an orange kitty, just like my kittens. Some nights, Bittle was wide awake. She wanted company. Nigel batted the mobile above Bittle's bed. He sang her a song. Meow at the stars, howl at the moon. Sleep, little Bittle, the sun will rise soon. I don't know if I sang that properly. Let's try it again. Meow at the stars, howl at the moon. Sleep, little Bittle, the sun will rise soon. Maybe that was better. I'm still practicing. Here's her batting of the mobile above the bed. Nigel meowed. He tried to howl. That's not a howl, that's a yowl, said Julia. Here's how you howl. Whoo! Howled Julia. Bittle liked it. Bittle smiled. So here's Nigel trying to howl. And Julia's like, no. And then she's showing, and look, the baby loves it. Sometimes Bittle threw toys out of the crib. Bear, a bunny. Here, I'll show you. A bear, bunny, horse, doll, rattle, ball. Nigel and Julia brought them all back to her. They look like they're getting hit by all of the things. Except for one. What do you think Julia wanted to keep? Here is Nigel bringing back all the toys, but uh-oh, Julia wanted the ball. Sometimes Nigel and Julia watched Bittle until she fell asleep. This is hard work, said Nigel. He closed his eyes. But sometimes it's fun, said Julia. Nigel opened one eye and looked at Julia, surprised. Sometimes, said Julia, and they curled up underneath the crib and slept. They have fun with Bittle. They love it. When Bittle began to crawl, she was lightning fast. Nigel and Julia followed her in and out of the house. Bittle liked the daisies in the garden. She tried to catch butterflies. I like butterflies too, said Nigel. We are a lot alike. Bittle liked the toilet in the bathroom. I love that toilet, said Julia. Bittle and I are alike too. When Bittle got tired, she slept with Nigel and Julia in a heap in the sun, her head under Julia's chin. So here is Nigel, and here she is lightning fast. And there's Nigel trying to catch butterflies with Bittle. And here is Bittle playing in the bathroom. It looks like she's unraveling the toilet paper. And puppies sometimes drink out of the toilet. And here they are, all curled up under the sun. Lovely little ball of goodness and warmth. At breakfast, Bittle threw her biscuits to Julia. She dropped pieces of scrambled egg to Nigel. I like Bittle, said Nigel. She shares. I like her too, said Julia. She licked cinnamon oatmeal off Bittle's foot. In fact, I love her, said Julia. There she is licking the oatmeal off of her toes. And there's Nigel eating the egg. Just then, Bittle spoke for the very first time. She's trying to say a word, said the woman. Say mama. Woof, said Bittle. Say papa, said the man. Meow, said Bittle. And then Bittle did something that surprised them all. It was not barking. It was not meowing. It was something that Nigel, Julia, and Bittle could all do together. Bum, bum. I hope you love this book, and I know that I do. I just love Bittle and Julia and Nigel. I hope today was a beautiful day for you, or I hope that you're starting your day and you do wonderful, beautiful things out in nature and eat yummy food and smell beautiful flowers and give yourself some time to read some books and to meditate, do yoga, and have all the things that you love around you and appreciate them and use your imagination to create new things. I love you very much. Have a wonderful day. Mwah.